gentlemen, brothers, friends, and honored guests. First thing I want to do before we get started is ask all of you, please, if you could turn off your cell phones, if you happen to have them on, put them on stun, as I call it, or silence them altogether. If any of you happen to need to use the restroom or get up and leave for any reason, you're free to do so. You don't have to worry too much about that. We only ask that you do it kind of quietly so that the ceremonies are not disturbed. And I want to tell you that I'm honored. We are honored by your presence, and thank you so much for being here today. This is the last opportunity that I will personally have as Master of the Lodge to address the Lodge in any kind of official capacity. And as such, it's not my intention to speak for a long time. Although those intentions sometimes change. Nor is it my intention to outline the accomplishments and achievements of the Lodge during this past year. Anybody who's interested in learning about those things, I have outlined some of the more notable items in our December trestle board, which is outside on the Tyler's desk. I would encourage each of you to refer to it for more information. A simple look around, though, will, I think, suffice to show that a significant number of improvements have been made to the Lodge building and grounds, as well as to the Lodge itself. That is, the Lodge is defined as a group of men that constitute that Lodge. There is, I think, a more hopeful outlook among Lodge members. We are receiving more applications for membership, and there has, I think, been a substantial improvement in the actual fraternal aspect of Masonry. That is, the guys are hanging with each other a little bit more than they used to. Now, I'll probably get a dispute about this, but I checked on the Grand Lodge website, and they tell us that even the average age of our Lodge membership has fallen significantly. Now, you may find this laughable, but the average age in the past has been about 72. Why you'd find that laughable, I don't know. But you look around, you see some people that clearly are not that old, although some are. But the average age has dropped 5 years to about 67, which is significant. And it tells us that we're getting some more youthful blood into the Lodge, and things are beginning to move accordingly. We're finding that more members have been very generous with their time, their talents, and their means, their financial gifts to the Lodge, allowing us to do more in the community. None of these things would have been possible without the support of the brothers themselves. And I am grateful to all of them. When the installation is over, when the actual ceremonies are over, however, I will make several presentations to certain individuals who I believe deserve special recognition. At this time, before I close, I'd like to publicly acknowledge two people to whom I owe a significant debt of thanks. Tom Meyer, our officer's coach and Lodge secretary, has never been accused of being or having an overabundance of tact. He speaks his mind bluntly, forcefully, and often. And we don't always see eye to eye, he and I. We've had significant disagreements, and we've occasionally even yelled at each other. Having said all that, I can't imagine the Lodge functioning without him. His honesty is exactly what we need in a world that is too often filled with yes men. I'd like to publicly thank him for his service to the Lodge and for helping me to get out of some real spots sometimes as Master of the Lodge. I consider him to be one of the peculiar treasures of the Lodge, and though he may feel differently, I trust him as a friend. And I ask you to give him a round of applause. He's not here. Lastly, I'd like my wife, who has supported me throughout this entire experience. Only she knows the number of chores that have gone undone around the house because I was too busy writing, doing, or planning something for or with the lodge. Only she knows the personal financial expense incurred by a master in the fulfilling of his duties. And she has been with me through thick and thin and thick again. I love her, and I ask you also if she would stand and you give her a round of applause, please. And we will now proceed with the installation. To begin, I'd like to begin by introducing our worshipful brother Richard Harlan, who is our Grand Lodge Inspector, and this afternoon will be our installing chaplain. Thank you. And also worshipful brother Rick Still, past master of this lodge, as was worshipful Harlan. Worshipful Rick Still will be our master of ceremonies, and I will act as what's called the installing officer. Brother Master of Ceremonies. Are the officers of this lodge lately chosen, present, and ready to be installed in their respective offices?
There, without, worshipful sir, and await your pleasure.
You will then conduct them to the seats prepared for them. In accordance with the teachings of our institution, it is our duty, before entering upon any great or important undertaking, to invoke the aid and blessing of God. Let us, therefore, reverently unite with our chaplain in an address to the throne of grace.
Great architect and ruler of the universe, we reverently invoke thy blessing at this time. Grant us thy aid in our present undertaking, that all we may do shall be done with an eye single to thy service and to the good of Freemasonry. May those who are now about to be invested with the government and conduct of this lodge be endued with wisdom to instruct their brethren in their duties, and may they be continually guided by the unerring counsel which thou hast given us in the great book of nature and revelation. May brotherly love, relief, and truth always prevail among the members of this lodge. May they be impressed with the comprehension of thy duties to thee and to each other, that this lodge may be a means of lasting good in this community, and to thee we shall ascribe all the honor and glory. Amen.
So it be. Job's daughters and Job's daughters Bethel 33 and Demalay will unitedly present the flag of our country. join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You will place the flag in its proper place in the east.
It's fine. Rick, it's fine. Okay. You can sit there. As long as it stays up, it's fine.
Thank you. That's a big flag for such a little girl.
Big
She
heart,
did a
though.
wonderful job.
Big heart, Worshipful, big heart.
Excuse me. Okay, they're going to sing. Okay, I did not
Wrap
know that.
everybody back up. I think I know what they're going to do.
I cannot hear it.
Worshipful sir, the officers of this lodge lately chosen are present and ready to be installed in their respective offices.
The Tyler will be installed at a later date. Brother Master of Ceremonies, you will present the senior and junior stewards.
Worshipful sir, I present to you for installation Brothers Drake and Brothers Medina, who have been appointed senior and junior stewards of this lodge.
Brother Drake, Brother Medina, you have been appointed senior steward of this lodge, stewards of this lodge, and I will now instruct you, you have been appointed senior and junior stewards of this lodge, and I will now instruct you in your duties. In olden times, your province was to superintend and provide for the festivals of the craft. to assist in the collection of dues and subscriptions, to keep an account of the expenses for refreshments, and to see that the tables were properly supplied and every brother suitably provided for. In modern times, however, the provision for actual refreshment has diminished, and your principal functions will now be to prepare candidates for admission and to perform those duties which Masonic custom has assigned to you on days of procession. Receive the jewels of your office together with the white rod. You will now repair to your respective places. Brother Master of Ceremony, you will present the Marshal.
Worshipful sir, I present to you for installation Brother Wolbert, who had been appointed Marshal of this lodge.
Brother Wolbert, you have been appointed Marshal of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewel and symbol of your office. The baton is an emblem of command and is sufficiently significant of your duties. You will, under the direction of the Master, take charge of all processions of the lodge, and you are enjoined that the proper performance of any of our ceremonies will depend upon the manner in which your duties are discharged. You will now take your proper place. Master of Ceremonies, you will present the senior and junior deacon.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Worshipful Brother Nolan and Brother Notch, who have been appointed senior and junior deacons of this lodge. This certificate vouches for the proficiency of the senior deacon.
Worshipful Brother Nolan and Brother Notch, you have been appointed deacons of this lodge, and you will now be invested with the jewels of your office. Those jewels indicate that it is your province to attend upon the master and wardens and act as their proxies in the active duties of this lodge. It will be your especial duty, Brother Senior Deacon, to carry orders from the Worshipful Master in the east to the Senior Warden in the west and elsewhere about the lodge as required. To attend to all alarms at the door of the preparation room, receive and conduct candidates, introduce and accommodate visiting brothers. You, Brother Junior Deacon, to carry messages from the Senior Warden in the west to the Junior in the south, and elsewhere about the lodge as directed. Attend to all alarms at the door and see the lodge duly retire. Those rods, my brothers, distinctive of your office, are now entrusted to your care. And now, believing from your past deportment in the lodge that your duties will be discharged with ability and zeal, I dismiss you to your respective places. Master of Ceremonies, you will present the chaplain.
Worshipful Sir, I present to you for installation Brother Vielma, who has been appointed chaplain of this lodge.
Worshipful brother, that holy book which adorns our sacred altar is the great light and mystery, and forever sheds its benignant rays upon every lawful assemblage of free and accepted nations. He teach us from its life-giving precepts. Invoke upon our labors the blessings of that divine being whose infinite goodness is so fully revealed and unfolds to us. And guide us by its lessons of wisdom and truth, and you will have faithfully fulfilled your important trust. It is your duty to perform those solemn services which we should constantly render to our great Creator, and reverently to allure to brighter worlds and lead the way, and thus, by elevating our thoughts, strengthening our virtues, and purifying our minds, prepare us for admission into the society of the blessed, in the realms of life and light eternal. It is fitting that an emblem of the sacred volume should be the jewel of your office, and with it you will now be invested. You will now take your proper place. Master of Ceremonies, you will present the Secretary-elect.
Worshipful Sir,